Something's playing with this one's got it. There he goes. Oh, yeah, it's still on. Not very big. There we go. Woo, man. He did put up a fight. Here we go, pilchards on the reef.
Hey everybody, how we doing today? So I've been fishing a lot, which is a good thing. I'm just trying to support all those other fishermen out there that can't go fishing in shorts and t-shirts during the winter time. But I've also been wanting to try to get my YouTube fishing playlist built back up again and get it rolling again. Just haven't had a lot of time. And what that is for the people that are interested in having a YouTube fishing channel or maybe have started one. And its primarily focus is to help you catch more subscribers and get more views. So I've got a playlist. YouTube fishing has a tons of videos of helpful hints and tips and tricks and so forth. But I also have that BlackFin tuna that I picked up yesterday that I need to do something with. And I'm kind of behind on catching cooks as well. So I figured I would kind of like throw them all together and do a one video mix up. So that's what we're going to do today. I didn't want to neglect my board of knowledge, so today's video is going to be 10 tips for growing your YouTube fishing channel and catching cook. Number 1, think of your YouTube channel as a small business. The reason for that is that there are a lot of pieces to having a successful YouTube channel, and all of them are very important. And if you start taking into consideration that it is like your own small business, where if you don't do things correctly, you don't eat, you don't have a place to sleep, you don't have a car, etc. Okay? And it just basically to help you motivate yourself to understand that everything is important and you do need to do it. Okay? The second reason why is you have to understand these days is not like 5 to 10 years ago where there wasn't that many fishing channels out there, and it was quite unique to have somebody out there videoing them fishing. So what are people going to watch? That video, that channel, because there wasn't a lot. Flash forward to today, now there's tens, probably hundreds of thousands of fishing channels out there. And for you to realize is that the things that you choose not to do because maybe you don't like putting effort into editing, maybe you don't like going out when it's raining, you don't like talking in front of the camera, you don't like blah blah blah, okay? You have to remember there's 10,000 other channels doing the same exact thing that you are, but they're willing to do those things. So these days it's almost just like a business. You have to just keep up with everything in order to compete. So this is our BlackFin tuna here. Nice little dude here, came in around 27 inches. I went ahead and gutted it out last night, so I knew I was going to do this video during the day, and then I put him in a ice bath there, so it's all ready to go. Nice and fresh and ready to cut up, so let's get chopping. Now we're going to cube these up so that we can get them ready for our kebabs. And for our YouTube fishing, number 2, you've got to love fishing, filming and editing, and YouTube in general. Basically what that means is there's a lot more to it than you might think when you just watch a video. love of fishing. A lot of people think, yeah, I love fishing, I can do it. But you got to remember, it's when it's raining, when it's cold, you've got to be putting out videos. So you got to go out in there and get wet and catch stuff. And you got to, would you rather be watching a football game? Would you be rather going to the mall? Would you rather be watching a movie? Okay. If your top couple priorities isn't fishing, then most likely you're not going to be very successful because you won't stick with it. So you really have to love fishing. The second part is to love the whole other aspect, behind the scenes part of it, which is the filming of it. Okay, it's a hassle. It's expensive. Okay, it really cuts down on your ability to actually fish efficiently because you're having to have that camera on, adjusting it, prioritizing getting good footage over having the fun of fishing. It becomes almost like work. The behind the scenes on the editing, the filming is actually the funner part of the process. Then you've got the editing process, and that involves sitting in front of the computer for hours and hours and hours. So my normal 4 to 5 hour fishing trip is 4 to 5 hours sitting in front of a computer. So all those videos that you watch are all 8, 10, 12 to, I've done some that were basically a day and a half staying up all night doing videos. So that part of the process, you can't just like, I don't want to really enjoy that part, because you won't end up doing it, and that means you're not going to end up making YouTube videos and not succeed in that. The third part of it is just enjoying YouTube in general. And really that part comes down to is that you have to understand how YouTube works in order to be successful on their platform. So that means checking out other channels, checking out other social media. That means getting involved with other channels. It might mean understanding how the logistical side of YouTube works, the algorithm, keeping up to date on what's the hot topic of what YouTube wants out of their videos and so forth. Because again, it goes back to being running it like a small business. Is you're going to need to not only do the things that you have to do, but once those are done, you need to use your spare time to think about, how do I make things better? Okay, and a lot of that involves getting on there and understanding YouTube and figuring it out. So it takes a lot of time and effort. Okay, stopped by the store, picked up all our main ingredients here. Got some shroomage. We're going to marinate in some standard teriyaki sauce. Going to add some sliced pineapples to the kebabs, but I'm also going to use the juice with the teriyaki to make the kind of marinade. Chop up some bell peppers, some red onions, and some chunks of tomato will fill the bill. 3, content, lots of it. One of the pitfalls that people run into right at the beginning is that they get this mindset of this perfect video that they have to make. Then they go out and fishing is tough. Filming that fishing is tough. And then editing and doing the special effects is very difficult, because most of us are not cinematographers' background to be able to do that. Then they get frustrated and they never put out a video. Never gets off the ground. 2, okay, when you make a bunch of videos, what happens is you make one video, the next video is better, and then the next video after that is better, because you learn and you improve and you start adding things and you start figuring out the videos that you like to do and all the little intricacies that you can make it better, and you keep evolving basically. 3rd is that once you have that library established and you get a foothold and people start watching your videos, you're able to decipher which videos are popular, what types are not popular, which one mixes with the types that you like to do. So you can kind of take that business mentality and figure out which is the best videos to put out and so forth. The 4th part of it is that you want to have an established library, and it's very important to have, because eventually you keep putting out enough videos, one of them is going to go viral or somewhat viral, become very popular, and all of a sudden you're going to get a lot of people onto your channel watching your videos. And if you don't have a good library of videos, then they're not going to subscribe, because they're not going to come back, because there's really nothing else to look at. You're just a one-shot wonder. And I guarantee you, if you ask popular YouTubers how they got successful, majority of them are going to say, yeah, hard work, but lot of it can contribute to one video for some reason took off, and then from that point, just things started just landsliding. And a key part of that is to have that backup, that library, so when it does happen, you're ready for it. Okay, now that we have all of our ingredients, we can go ahead and start loading it all up. Got our tomatoes, bell peppers, and we're keeping them pretty chunky because we're going to skewer them. Then we've got our red onions. And break those apart a little bit because we're going to marinate it all together to get that kind of sweet marinade going. Then we've got some mushrooms. And then we could start adding our teriyaki sauce. And on top of that, we are actually going to use our pineapple juice to sweeten it up and give it that little bit of a pineapple tang. I'm just going to dump those on there as well. Not all of them. We'll just do 4 for now. The thing about the pineapples, unfortunately, is that they don't skewer very well because they're in these rings like that, and they'll just fall apart. So I'm just going to kind of grill those separately and just add them to the plate. There we go. So now we've got a good deep bin there, and then I'll just keep mixing it up until everything gets kind of coated in our teriyaki pineapple marinade. While we're waiting for that to marinate, we can go over our next one, which is 4 comments, or well, 4 and 5 are comments and channel name. They kind of go together. Comments, respond to your comments, okay? Think of those people that are commenting as your customers. They're taking the time to watch your videos. They're taking the time to leave a comment. They're connected to you. Take advantage of it. Just show general appreciation by responding to them. You'll find it goes a long ways. On the flip side, there's a strategy utilizing, but you kind of have to have a channel name that kind of influences people's perception about your name/channel. For instance, if my channel name was Steven Nakano, my name, okay, what will happen is I leave a comment on somebody else's videos. Hey, great video, really enjoyed it. Fishing video watchers are very voracious about watching videos. So a lot of them will go through comments just to check things out. And if they see something that looks interesting regarded by the name or the thumbnail, they'll click on it to see if there's more videos to watch. So they go through, they just see the Steve McConnell, they're like, wow, just some guy watching videos. But like if you look at mine now, it's Key West kayak fishing, okay? It's got a thumbnail, me on a kayak holding up a big tarpon. You can instantly tell, okay, this is a fishing channel. Someone's like really into fishing. They're gonna click on it, and then it lands on my home page, my splash page, and I've got my library of videos all set up strategically, and then they're hooked. They're gonna be watching a bunch of videos. So just another good strategy to try, especially when you're starting out. People aren't going to be coming to you. You almost have to go out and try to bring them into yourself. Just like if you're a small business next to Walmart and you look out and everybody's just walking into Walmart blindly, but nobody's coming to you. Until you put in your work and you start getting your name out there, you need to go out and grab those people and bring them to you. Number 6, thumbnails, titles, and descriptions. In the older days, think of it as your business card, your first impression basically, or nowadays I guess it would be like Facebook. But basically that's what it is. People these days are just one shot. They either want you or they don't. And that's what the thumbnail and that title does. So you want to make sure that you're taking the time and picking out a a very nice clean thumbnail, even to the point if you have to upload it to Photoshop and brighten it and clean it and crop it and so forth, so you have a very nice, presentable, attractive, thought-inducing thumbnail. As well as the title is important for two reasons. One, it grabs the viewer's interest, but also it'll help in regards to YouTube's algorithm finding matches for people's searches for your video. So definitely almost as important as the video itself, because if people won't click on your video, it doesn't matter what you've done in that video. And that's what that original thumbnail and that title does. It gets people to click. After that, then your video speaks for itself. Okay, our ingredients have been marinating for a while, so we can go ahead and start assembling. Those, and some tuna, mushrooms, tomatoes, oh, we'll cap it off here with a pepper. And just like that. So just got to keep assembling. All right, everything's all assembled, ready to go. So I'm gonna heat up the barbecue and get them on the grill. Number 7, average quality. And we're talking about these dudes, all the little electronic doodads you need to have a YouTube channel. So I've got some good news and I've got some bad news. The good news is you don't need the top tier, high quality, movie quality equipment in order to have a YouTube channel. It's a YouTube channel. However, the bad news is that you have to have at least average quality. And fortunately, that's not your bottom of the barrel, 5-year-old camera, cell phone, etc. You do have to have some basic standards in order to be competitive. Again, competitive because there's 10,000 other fishing YouTube channels that are running good quality GoPros, good quality cell phones, video cameras, editing software, etc., where it's almost the standard these days. You really don't find hardly any more of the newer fishing videos that are shot on old school potatoes, that type of thing, where that was an old joke from before. Okay, it just doesn't work that way. Now, you won't get dinged if you're not like top tier, 4K, super high-end quality everything, but you'll get bitched at because, oh, your quality is a little grainy, the audio is not super clear, okay? So in order to compete against those other 10,000 that at least have that average, you unfortunately have to at least delve into it, that part. Now, it's not necessarily that you have to have a GoPro 5 or even a GoPro 4 like I use, but you have to have at least a decent quality picture with whatever you use, okay? And a lot of times it comes down to knowing how to use your equipment. It could be older stuff that if you know how to fine tune it, will work fine, versus somebody that buys the newest stuff but doesn't know how to use it is going to have poor quality. So that comes into play as well. So again, it doesn't matter what equipment that you use, but your output quality that you upload to YouTube that people watch has to be at least average quality. All right, we got our stuff all ready to go. Grill's warmed up, so just throw them on the grill and just get the cooking.
like I said, the pineapples don't really hold up on the skewers. So with the excess veggies and fruit here, I'm going to make a steam pack, foil pack. Okay, so there's our foil pack with our miscellaneous fruits and veggies. Put a little teriyaki sauce for steaming, and we're going to wrap that sucker up. Alright, all ready to go. Alright, time to rotate these things. Remember, it's tuna, so you don't need to cook it very long. Oop. There we go. Ooh. I'm going to eat that piece for me. Alright, flip ya! You must work with me. Turn, baby. There it goes. There it goes. Now we got a system. Nice grill marks. Roll that one. This is a veggie stick, so that don't matter. Onion down. Oh. Tomato down. There we go. A couple seconds there and we'll be good to go. A little bit for the chef. All right, we are done. Let's get these guys off of here. Don't want to cook them too much. Ooh. Yowzers. Down. Alrighty. Nice. Number 8, fill in the boxes. Very important part that a lot of people just don't do or don't feel it's important, but filling in all of those informational boxes. So you spend the time to create a nice thumbnail, a nice incentivized title to get people to click on it, okay? But filling in the other boxes is what gets your video found, so there's an opportunity for those people to click on your video. So you've got the description. That's where you're going to fill out more than just, oh, I went fishing today. You're going to put the who, the what, the where, the when, the why, the how, okay? And you're going to fill it out because that box there is going to be what Google uses to pair your video with other people that are searching for certain things. So if you put a certain lake that you fish as part of your description and somebody out there searches that lake about wanting to know about fishing, they will pair your video with that person. Same thing with the tags below the description. A lot of people don't know what that is or how to do it. So all you're going to be putting is single 1, 2, or 3 word, very specific words that match your video. And those are going to be specific search terms that Google will match up with people searching for things. So be very specific about that. Your channel name, fishing by kayak, what you were fishing for, what type of lures you're using, etc. Just the key components. And you just put that word, and then when you're finished, put a comma, and then it'll automatically fill the rest in. You put in another word and a comma, and then when you're done, it'll load it up for you. Just as well, there's an end screen, and that's where at the end of your video, okay, it'll pop up with the boxes and it'll try to lead them to click on that video so it goes to another one of your videos rather than to going to just someone else. Okay, all those things matter, so you have to take the time to make sure that you do them all. Number 9, the basics of YouTube, or how to get your individual video or even your channel promoted, how they grow. It's actually a very easy, basic concept to understand. There's really only 2 routes.
There's the YouTube side and the Google side. Now, in real life, they are one company, but in this instance, we're talking about YouTube being kind of responsible for the video side of it, and then Google, which is a search engine. Now, how it'll work is that you've got your individual video in the center there. Now, you have one of those two paths. The YouTube way it works is that it takes a look at your individual video as a business. Is it worthwhile to support that one video by putting it in front of 1,000 people or 100,000 or 1,000,000 or 1,000,000,000 people? Okay. Does it deserve that opportunity? Is it going to be making them money? Now, the alternative route is the Google search engine route. And how that works is someone inquires, searches for a certain term. They're looking for something. Google search engine will take that info and pair it with a video. Now, if your video matches that person's request, they match the two, and then you have a view and somebody possibly to subscribe to your channel. Now, the differences between those two is, one is that unless you're an established channel with a very established video, YouTube really isn't going to put a lot of weight behind your channel and pushing it out in front of a bunch of different people, because why do that when they have somebody that they know is going to make money for them? But on the flip side, by going the Google search engine route, if you play the cards right and do things correctly, okay, if you have the set up so it's a very popular search term and you're consistently getting put in front of that person whenever they search it, you're going to get a ton of views, not in just the 1 or 2 days that YouTube supports it, but forever, okay? And you're constantly just building views, building subscribers, and so forth. Now, the transition, because realistically to grow in large leaps, you have to have YouTube support. You have to have them to basically back your channel and your videos. However, to get them to do that, you need to have a kind of establish yourself. So that's why kind of going that Google way of making your videos very searchable and easy to be found, you'll start building a history, and then eventually what will happen, Google or YouTube will start seeing that, oh, these videos do really well. Why don't we throw it in front of a few extra people? And they run it in front of 1,000 or 100,000 or 1,000,000. And then all of a sudden your channel, you start getting these tons of views on your video. And then you're kind of confused of what's going on. Okay. But that's what it is that YouTube is supporting your videos, i.e. your channel as well. So you really have to kind of understand that concept, and it makes it easier for you to kind of distinguish which route you really want to rely on in the beginning. My suggestion is don't sit back and expect a viral video to shoot you to the stars right off the bat. I've been doing it for 2 years. I've done over 500 videos, and I've had one viral video. All right, and it's just, I wouldn't bet my life on that. But by making nice, searchable, quality videos that are going to be easily found because you filled in all the boxes, that's going to, constant growth is going to get you to a point where that YouTube side will recognize you and then start supporting you. Then you'll start seeing those bigger growths. Now take a look at that. That is amazing. And it's actually, as you see, it's not really complicated to do. I mean, if you're not making your own bamboo sticks, at least, it's not really all that complicated. And tuna, just do it quick and fast. All right, don't overcook it, and you're good to go. Add the pineapple for a little sour tartness. Wild rice always goes well. And because we're back in the 80-degree range, some nice summer potato salad. Now that is like the ultimate summer meal right there. Good old tap water. Whew. Nice. And finally, number 10, YouTube TV. Now, there actually is, I think, a YouTube TV, but that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about YouTube, and I'm talking about TV. And TV is pretty much dead. The old syndicated ABC, CBS, NBC, those kind of things, they're going the way of the newspaper, okay? It's just the way things are. I would say the younger generations don't even know what those are. Some of them don't even have TVs anymore, okay? But that's just kind of the way things are moving. And if you want to kind of keep pace, especially if you're thinking of it as a business, you need to adjust as well. In regards to YouTube, that means YouTube is actually focusing on that aspect of taking over TV's viewership and shifting it onto YouTube. So now you have YouTube, you have Netflix, you're going to have Amazon, you got HBO doing their thing. All these little different organizations vying for that attention of people that used to watch TV. And that's basically why it's dying. Now for YouTube and for creators as yourself, the importance of understanding that is to provide what YouTube wants so they will support your videos and your channel. What they're looking for, family friendly, something that they could put advertisements on and make money, realistically, because it's business, okay? The formats that you're utilizing. Before, when you were talking about fishing, it used to be, for YouTube specifically, it used to be those 2 and 3 minute bro videos with rap music and a bunch of guys bro and just reeling in a fish, and that's pretty much all it is. But you hardly ever see those anymore except for commercials. The way things going now is it's that reality TV, okay? The things that are really working is where people, even fishing channels, are invoking that real life part of it beyond just the fishing or outside of reeling in the fish, so that there's a storyline. Because what happens is that reality TV brings people coming back, because that's what people are looking for now, is replacement for TV on YouTube. They don't want to just watch you reel in a fish and that's the end of it, and then next one could be reeling in something else or just something else random. They want a continuing thing that they could watch and know that the next video that you have will be like another days of your life, reality TV of you going on. And for your individual videos, it's almost the same. Having a start, a very interactive, entertaining middle, and then an end. Just like a TV show, a 30-minute TV show. It works that same way, because still, those are popular, those are the right things to do. It just happens to be TV is dead. But YouTube wants that as well. They want people staying on their channel the longest, and they're going to promote those individual channels that have videos that hold people for a longer and longer time frame. That's why that 1, 2, 3 minute video thing was out the door a year or 2 years ago. And now it's as long as you can hold people, the better. All right. So for the newer YouTubers or even existing YouTubers, if you don't realize that fact, that might help you out in regards to building your channel. It's really about that YouTube TV coming together, and that's really what they're looking for. Family friendly, that reality TV, something that's going to engage and hold people and make them come back. And if you key in on those types of videos and those type of subjects, you'll find that your growth will probably increase, whereas before maybe you were stagnant. So anyways, hope that helps. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the catch and cook. Appreciate sitting through the mixture of my two subject matters, but trying to get a bunch of things done. So anyways, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next video. Bye.